Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're checking out some old British coins that might be hiding in your pocket or around the house. They look like small change, but some rare versions have sold for thousands, even up to $8,000. We'll check out for special coins and what makes some of them really valuable. Let's get started and see what you might have. First up, the 1940 penny shows King George VI on the front. It was made a long time ago, when Britain used pounds, shillings, and pence. Back then, 12 pence made 1 shilling, and 20 shillings made 1 pound. In 1971, the UK changed to a new system called decimal money, and pennies like this one stopped being used. The 1940 penny is called a pre-decimal coin. In that year, the Royal Mint made over 42 million of them, which is a very large number. That means most of these coins are not rare and are still easy to find today. Many people may even have them in old jars or coin boxes at home. On websites like eBay, Numista, and coin shops, normal 1940 pennies are usually sold for just a small amount of money. Some are sold for $2, $5, or maybe $10 if they look nice. A coin in perfect condition that was never used, called uncirculated, might be sold for around $12 or even £25 in the UK. But here's the exciting part, there are rare 1940 pennies that have sold for very high prices. If a coin has a big mint error, or is made from the wrong metal, or looks very different, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In very rare cases, some 1940 pennies have sold for as much as $8,000. That is why people love checking their old coins, you never know what you might find. One reason some 1940 pennies look different is because of changes in metal during World War II. The war started in 1939 and went on until 1945. During this time, the Royal Mint had to save copper and other metals for the war. So the recipe for making coins was changed. Some coins had different shades and colors, and many were even treated with a chemical called hypo to make them darker. Because of this, some 1940 pennies don't look the same as others. If a coin has a very different color or shine, collectors may find it special and pay more for it. Also, the condition of the coin matters a lot. If the penny is scratched, dirty, or worn out, it's usually worth only a few pence. But if the coin is clean, shiny, and looks like it was just made, it could be worth much more. Even then, it still might not be worth thousands unless it has something really rare about it. Some coins may have a double stamp, a wrong number, or a shape that is not right. These are called mint errors, and they are very exciting to coin collectors. After World War II, the UK needed fewer pennies, so the mint stopped making so many. Many of the old ones were even melted down and reused. But the 1940 pennies were already in people's hands, so lots of them are still around today. Even with over 42 million made, some coins stand out because of small mistakes or metal problems. These small things make a big difference in value. If you ever find a 1940 penny in your house, in an old wallet, or in a shop, take a good look at it. Look at the letters, numbers, color, and shape. If it looks normal, it is probably only worth a little. But if it looks strange, or feels different, it might be one of the rare ones. A rare coin with an error, odd metal, or special look can sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands. A regular 1940 penny might only get you a cup of coffee. But a special one? That might be your lucky find. Next, let's talk about the 1975 new pence 2p coin from the United Kingdom. This coin shows Queen Elizabeth II on the front and has the words New Pence on the back. It might look like a normal coin at first, but some people have sold rare versions of it for big money. In fact, some listings have asked for up to $2,250 for this coin. That's why many collectors and everyday people are checking their change carefully. A normal 1975 2p coin is not rare. The Royal Mint made over 100 million of them in that year alone. Because so many were made, most of these coins are still easy to find. You can even see them being sold online today for very low prices. In used condition, most of these coins are worth just face value, about 2 pence, or maybe 10 to 50 cents if they're in better shape. Even uncirculated coins, ones that were never used and kept in perfect condition, usually sell for under $5. So what makes some of them worth much more, like hundreds or even over $2,000? The answer is simple. Errors. The words new pence were printed on 2p coins from 1971 until 1981. After that, the design changed to say 2 pence instead. So for 1975, having new pence is totally normal, it's not an error. But some coins may have minting mistakes that make them rare. For example, a coin might be struck off center, or have double lettering, or be made with the wrong metal. These are called mint errors, and they are what collectors love to find. One famous 2p coin error came from 1983, where new pence was used by mistake instead of the updated 2 pence. That 1983 error coin is very rare and can sell for more than £500. While the 1975 version is not that error, it's still possible that a 1975 2p coin could have its own unique mistake. For example, if the coin was struck on a different blank, like a 1p or foreign coin blank, or has missing parts, it might be one of a kind. That kind of coin could bring in hundreds or even over $2,000 if found and sold to the right collector. The condition of the coin also makes a big difference in value. If the 1975 2p coin is shiny, has no scratches, and looks like it just came from the mint, it will be worth more than one that looks old and worn. Coins in this top condition are called uncirculated. People who collect coins always prefer coins that are clean and sharp. However, condition alone is not enough to make it worth thousands. The coin must also have something rare or strange about it. Some people post their coins on online selling websites like eBay and list them for very high prices. But that does not mean the coin is really worth that much. Just because someone asks for $2,000 or more doesn't mean someone will pay that. But there have been cases where error coins, or coins with something very different, really did sell for high prices. That's why collectors keep looking. If you have a 1975 2p coin, look at it carefully. Check the edges, the letters, the picture of the queen, and the color of the metal. If something looks off, like double printing, missing letters, or a strange shape, your coin could be rare. If you think you found something special, you can ask a coin expert or take it to a coin shop. You never know, your small copper coin could be worth much more than 2 pence. Most are common, but some rare ones have turned out to be worth hundreds or even thousands. Now let's look at the 1964 halfpenny from Great Britain. This coin shows Queen Elizabeth II on the front and a sailing ship on the back. It may look small, but some collectors have paid big money for rare versions. While most 1964 halfpennies are only worth a little, some with minting mistakes or rare features have sold for very high prices, up to $2,000. That's why many coin lovers are searching through old jars and drawers, hoping to find one of these valuable coins. The halfpenny, or halfpenny as many called it, was part of the old British money system, before decimalisation in 1971. Back then, a halfpenny was worth half of 1 penny, and it took 240 pence to make £1. The 1964 halfpenny is a pre-decimal coin, and over 78 million of them were made that year. That's a huge number, which means most of these coins are not rare. You can still find them easily online or in old collections, and most are sold for less than £1, or around $1 to $3, even in nice condition. But what makes some 1964 halfpennies worth much more? The answer is mint errors or special features. These are things like coins with double printing, missing letters, misaligned images, or even coins struck on the wrong kind of metal. These mistakes are very rare, but they do happen. If you find a 1964 halfpenny with one of these errors, it could be worth much more than a normal one. There are also cases where coins were struck with a different date or wrong edge, or where the ship design on the back is off-center. These rare coins catch the eye of collectors who are willing to pay top prices. In some cases, unusual 1964 halfpennies in perfect condition and with a clear minting mistake have been sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One coin with a double strike or missing detail could be worth up to $2,000, depending on how rare the error is and how good the condition is. The design on the coin is also loved by many people. The ship on the back is called the Golden Hind. It was the ship used by Sir Francis Drake, a famous sailor from British history. Many people like this design, which makes the coin more interesting to keep, even if it is not rare. Also, coins from the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign are often collected by people around the world, especially those in Commonwealth countries. Like with other coins, condition matters a lot. If your 1964 halfpenny is dirty, scratched, or dull, it won't sell for much. But if it is shiny and clean, it will be worth more. Uncirculated coins, ones that were never used, are the most valuable. Even then, a normal 1964 uncirculated halfpenny might only be worth a few dollars. But when you add a rare error, the value can shoot up. That's why it's always a good idea to check every detail on your coin. Look closely at the lettering, the shape of the ship, and the queen's face. Check the edge of the coin too. If something looks strange or out of place, it might be a rare version. Even though millions of these coins were made, rare ones still exist. People find them by accident all the time, especially in old family collections or in boxes stored away for years. If you find a 1964 halfpenny that looks unusual, take it to a coin shop or ask an expert online. You never know, your small, old halfpenny could be one of the rare ones worth hundreds or even $2,000. Now let's talk about the 1988 one-penny coin from the United Kingdom. This coin shows Queen Elizabeth II on the front and a crown portcullis gate on the back, which is a symbol often used by the British Parliament. At first glance, it might look like just a regular penny, but some rare versions of this coin have sold for surprising amounts of money. In fact, in rare cases, a 1988 1p coin with a minting mistake or rare feature has been listed or sold for as much as $2,000. That's why people who collect coins, and even people who don't, are now checking their loose change and old jars at home. You never know when a simple-looking coin might actually be something special. The 1988 penny was made after decimalisation, which means it's part of the newer money system the UK started using in 1971. In that system, 100 pence make £1, and the 1 penny coin is the smallest unit. In 1988, the Royal Mint made many millions of 1p coins. Most of them were made from bronze, and they are still easy to find today. If you look online, many 1988 pennies are sold for very low prices, usually just a few cents or pence. Even shiny ones that were never used, called uncirculated coins, are often sold for under $1. So for most people, a 1988 penny won't be worth more than its face value. But a few very special ones are different. Some of the 1988 one-penny coins were struck with mint errors. These are coins that were made with a problem or mistake during the minting process. Some examples include double strikes, where the coin is hit twice by mistake, or off-center strikes, where the design is not in the right spot. Other rare errors include coins with the wrong date, missing parts of the design, or one struck on the wrong type of metal. These errors are not common, but when they do happen, they can make a regular penny very valuable. In some rare situations, a 1988 1p coin with a large or clear error has been sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how unique and well preserved it is. The condition of the coin also matters a lot. A coin that is dirty, worn out, or scratched will not sell for much. But if the coin is shiny, clean, and looks almost new, it is more likely to catch a collector's eye. Coins in perfect condition are known as mint state or uncirculated, and they usually bring higher prices. But even a mint condition coin needs something extra, like an error or rare feature, to be worth over $100, let alone $2,000. That's why it's important to check your coins carefully. Look closely at the details on both sides. Make sure all the letters and numbers look normal. Check the shape, size, and edge of the coin. If anything looks odd or different from other pennies, that might be a sign that your coin is special. Sometimes even a small change in design or a tiny mistake can mean big money. Some collectors even weigh their coins to check if the metal is correct. A different weight could mean the wrong blank was used, which makes the coin rare. So even though most 1988 one-penny coins are very common and only worth face value, the rare ones with minting errors or odd features are what make collectors excited. These are the coins that, in rare cases, have sold for up to $2,000. So don't ignore that old penny, it could be worth a lot more than you think. So, if you have any of these coins, the 1940 penny, the 1975 new pence 2p, the 1964 half penny, or the 1988 penny, take a close look at them. Most are worth only a few cents or dollars, but if you find one with a special mint error, strange metal, or unique feature, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Always check the coin carefully and consider showing it to a coin expert to find out its true value.